Hello and welcome back to the France 24 newsroom. It's time now for a look at all this Friday's French front pages with our press reviewer, Nicolas Rochefort.
Hi, Lorna.
Hello, Nicolas. So you're going to start off with the left-wing daily Libération.
That's as the Socialist Party annual conference gets underway. I can just show you the front page of Libération, Le PS en Charentaise. Now, that's because the meeting is taking place in the western town of La Rochelle in the Charente region. But there's a kind of pun going on there because Charentaise is also the kind of grandpappy slippers that people wear in France, which are made in the region. So, of course, the implication with that headline is that, well, the PS, the Socialist Party, are now running the country in the Senate, the House, in the presidency. They have almost blanket control of the country. And so
they're
are they?
Out in their
yeah,
slippers.
They're too comfortable in their slippers. You know, is it cups of cocoa and slippers by the fire? And the warning in the editorial is no, you cannot get into self-congratulatory mode. There we can see the editorial in Libé there, the headline Optique, arguing basically that there's a kind of optical illusion that, yes, they do on paper have all that control, but there are kind of grumblings within the party. And also that editorial is saying, well, the party lacks ideological and intellectual edge, and a lot of the old faces from socialist governments in the past have come to the fore now. So there's a lack of fresh blood. So a bit of criticism from Libé, which is, of course, the traditional left-wing paper, Lorna.
OK, so criticism from them, but that's not a version that we're getting in the right-wing paper, Le Figaro.
Each day as it goes by, it's that left-right thing. Here we've got Le Figaro, and there we can see the headline there saying, focusing on all the grumblings going on in the government. The sort of Socialist Party faithful are sort of sticking to it. It's still early days in this 5-year term, but the paper is arguing that certain socialist officials are saying the first few weeks have not been good enough, and they have fears for the rentrée being the political return from the long summer holidays they have in France. Now, the inside pages of Le Figaro ram that home again. There you can see the headline there, euphoria, from euphoria to anxiety about being in power. Of course, when I read that, I didn't notice that much anxiety about being in power. I'm probably still quite delighted about it. But it does pick up on certain arguments from the Greens and on the far left, which are squeezing the room for manoeuvre for this socialist government. One of the main questions, of course, about this Socialist Party conference in La Rochelle in the west of the country is that whether Martine Aubry will run again. That's one of the main issues that's coming through.
OK, well, we'll be keeping an eye on that. But François Hollande, meanwhile, is not going to be at the party conference for the first time since 1994. He's too busy.
Well, yeah, he's the president now, and he's got that Euro crisis on his plate. He was in meetings with Angela Merkel on Thursday evening. And those meetings, well, in the press, they seem to come across. The one paper, Le Parisien, is sort of saying, well, there we can see there the page, the Franco-German couple. And the message there is that, well, Angela Merkel is not buckling, but Hollande is being Mr. Flexible. So that was not echoed in Les Echos, the business daily. It has the same quotes and the same photo, but it's arguing that they spoke with one voice, saying that the Greeks must stand by what they've promised so far, and the request for breathing room perhaps should be take some time to think about that.
And briefly, another business daily also taking a look at the Greek crisis as well.
It is indeed. It's sort of saying, it's arguing that basically Europeans, the Eurozone leaders, have no choice but to help Greece. And the argument is that Hollande and Merkel will both buckle because a messy Grexit from the Eurozone is too much, and helping them out is just a lesser evil. That's the quote from that paper.
OK, well, thanks very much indeed, Nicolas, for that look at today's Friday's newspapers here in France. That's it from us for now. Thanks for joining us, and do stay tuned to France 24. That was really good. That was really, really interesting.